welcome back to The Breakfast Show. Now, we hope you've enjoyed what we've had so far, because we're going to take it up a notch this morning with a topic that's not often discussed: the use of orthoses.
Now, orthosis is the term for a brace or medical device that is designed and custom fitted to the body, which can be the foot, the spine, or any other parts of the body.
Now, individuals who benefit from an orthosis have usually sustained a physical impairment, such as a stroke, spinal cord injury, or a congenital abnormality.
And to discuss these devices and how they can help a person, joining us this morning is the Executive Director of MyORTHO Rehab, Mr. Edmund Lee. Good morning,
Welcome
Hi, good morning. Yes.
Now, I think a lot of people could be confused with what an orthosis is and a prosthesis. So
Yes.
explain the difference to us.
Well, basically, orthosis is what we call medical terms for a brace or support or appliances which fit the patient body. And what it acts is correction or prevention of the physical deformity, acts reduce the risk of injuries, and the most important, reduction in pain as well.
I see.
Yeah, and the prosthesis is a man-made devices and what we call artificial limb. When someone have amputated their hands or leg, so it's a prosthesis that fit into the patient's body.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also understand that the let's get it right.
Yes,
Orthotics
orthosis.
also come in like soft as
Yes.
well as hard forms.
Yes,
Can you elaborate?
Well, this orthotics comes within soft form one. There's two main functions. As a reminder of the patient. For example, a patient will have neck injury, so we fitted a soft collar on the neck, acts as a reminder not to move too much. And the second one is will be providing comfort and protection to the injury. And the hard form orthotics is the main thing, is correction. Yeah, for example, a patient we had the scoliosis. It mostly happens to 16 to 17 years old girl.
Straight away, I'm like, sit up straight.
And what we normally use, this is a Boston brace. It's a corrective brace to correct the curve. Yeah.
And would this have to be worn all the time?
Yes. The ideal, it will be 23 hours a day. You only get 1 hour a break, like taking a shower.
So even when you sleep?
It depends on the consultant or the orthopedic doctors if they want it in 23 hours. Yeah.
Okay. Now, for example, take something like this. This would be, I'm assuming, considered a soft.
Well, this is a bit of like corrective orthotic insole, and will be considered quite hard form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people mistake these as, for example, insoles. You can go to a pharmacy and pick them up, when this is not in fact true, because it has to be fitted by a practitioner. Explain that to us.
Well, yeah, normally people get it from pharmacists as like standard one, but this is a prescription one. In terms of orthotic insole, we need, as an orthotist, we need to study the patient's fit and take a cast and take a foot screen, and from that we prescribe the alignment of the foot orthotic insole to the patient's foot. Let's
say those who do pick it up from a pharmacy, those that are not, given the proper prescription by a physician, then what will happen? And if so, I mean, if it's not good, why are they still selling it?
Well, the problem is like with the standard one, it's a standard orthotic insole, and it's out of 1 of 10 people, only 1 or 2 people benefited. It's just like something like similar like Panadols. Like for example, glasses, you can't really get it off the shelf. You need to see an optician or probably optometrist to get a prescription. It's the same thing, orthotic insole as well. Every person's feet is different.
How do you know you need one? For example, as simple things like the sole. When do you see?
When do I
how do you tell whether you're imbalanced or whether something's wrong with your spine? Or
right, okay.
Usually, I mean, through an X-ray, of course.
Yes,
but
definitely.
What would there has to be
warning bells or something?
Bells.
Well, okay. That's a very simple warning bell would be like back pain and knee pain, and a lot of people, especially Malaysian, they have like back pain or knee pain. Who is first to see is like masseuse.
Yes, that's so true.
And we blame it on the weather.
Correct. Or stress.
I had raining, cold back pain.
It's facts. It's like people go to the massage to get a massage, but the pain is still
continues.
there. Yeah, but people doesn't realize everything starts from the foot. Yeah, if the foot doesn't have a good foundation, and it's just like you have knee pain and back pain, so it's giving like a signal to you. So everything we have to get the foundation right.
running away just a little bit because both of us are shoe lovers.
Right,
you know, sometimes they say even flats, because we wear super duper high heels, and they say it's really bad for your feet and stuff like that. No, I wore like but they say really flat ones are also equally bad. What's your 2 cents worth?
Well, the equally fat one, the flat one, it's not good as well. At least you have about 1 centimeter inch of the heel.
Oh.
Yeah. So
like kitten heels.
Kitten heels,
yeah,
darling. Kitten heels.
Yeah. For high heel one, the requirements is like it's not more than 4 centimeters.
Oh, I'm alright.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's just go to the more serious impairments, such as if you suffered a spinal cord injury or a congenital abnormality, for example. How does an orthosis help those?
Like, for example, the spinal injuries one, we need like this is Boston brace and a spinal brace to give some correction to the of spinal injuries. And for cerebral palsy children, we normally they have like they couldn't really walk properly. Yeah, so we get them a special boots with orthotic insole as well. The most important, a lot of cerebral palsy children, they have pronated foot, so they walk inside. So they need a bit of special shoe counter it to support it.
And what is special about this shoe? Because if you look at it,
it looks like a
normal
funky shoe.
I mean, it's designed well, you know, kids will still like it, but what is special about it?
Right, okay. The shoe comes with basically a rigid heel counter, where you can see you can't really bend it. And the most important, if you compare it with normal standard shoes or school shoe, you could really bend it this way, which is no good. So you can't really bend it in all the way through.
Right.
Yeah, and one thing good about this as well, this has come with an orthotic insole. Yeah, so this orthotic insole with a high heel cup to support the foot.
It's just like how you support a seat, a racing seat.
Yes, yes.
And what about this? So this has an extra plastic bit to it.
Yes. What we call this is like a ankle foot orthosis. Ankle foot orthosis mainly for same thing for cerebral palsy children, for stroke patient. This is a small version for children. So they unable to lift their foot while they're walking. So need to support the foot and ankle segment.
And how long would on an average, I mean, I guess it varies from patient to patient, but would one have to wear this? Is it like for the rest of their lives, or we're looking at a few months or a few years?
Well, it depends. It's like for physical injuries, it's just like temporary until the injury will be overcome. Like for example, the congenital or cerebral palsy children, they have to wear it the rest of their life. Yeah.
You're saying injuries because. Am I right in saying that instead of a plaster cast, that you could actually use an orthosis to correct, say, a fracture?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, like for fracture, bone fracture, what we normally use orthotics is to encourage bone healing. Yeah, it's not, you won't really correct it, but it's to encourage bone healing. It will destabilize the joint. Yeah, the most important thing.
Okay. And now you're the executive director of MyORTHO Rehab. Tell us a little bit about the company. What do you guys actually do? Because not many people go to see and you know.
What we normally get referrals from the doctors and the orthopedic doctors who supported us. And some of service, we do run orthotics clinics and we do foot biomechanical assessment. So once the patient have foot pain and really have a knee problem, they come for a full biomechanical assessment. Then we assess them and get a foot screening. Then we prescribe the right orthotics to them.
So can we go straight to you, or we need to go and see a doctor, a GP first?
Well, either way.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can still go directly to you guys. All right then. So what was I going to ask this now?
The one question that all Malaysians want to ask is, when it comes to any medical procedure or device, what are the costs of some of these things?
Well, it's starting range about like 100 to about 1,000 plus.
Right, depending on
the orthotics and depend on the physical condition, or depends on the injuries as well. And I know it could be expensive, but we MyORTHO Rehab would like to make it affordable to everyone. It depends on the patient's situation as well.
Right. Now, the thing is, with MyORTHO Rehab, you have the first check and fit foot examination.
Yes.
What exactly is that?
Well, check and fit, we brought up this concept. It's just when you go to a shoe shop, there's no one to really check your feet, and no one really assess your feet. What type? They will never provide you a professional advice what type of shoe that you could wear. And what we're trying to bring out is a system, or probably a concept. Once you come to our center, we assess your feet and tell you what's your foot type, and we get
foot type.
Yeah.
Oh. What are some of the most common
foot types?
Foot type problems.
Foot type, sort of. I'll say flat feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a flat feet actually? I always hear about that.
You have no.
There's no. Just imagine there's an arch there, so you're flattened. Yeah.
Everyone, I bet you're looking at your feet right now, right? You're looking at your feet right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of the major
foot
problems.
Yeah.
What kind of problems can it lead to? Back
Well,
problems?
okay. For example, if you don't have an arch, a certain muscle of your leg have to work a bit harder to support it. So you get a bit of knee pain or back pain. Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of the many problems that can occur if you don't check your feet. So if you'd like to visit Edmund, you can log on to www.myortho.com. The website address is on your screen. Thank you so much, Edmund, for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
It was extremely interesting.
That
You've
was
learned a lot about our feet today.
Yes. Flat foot. That's a first for me. All right. We are going to go for another quick break here on The Breakfast Show. But from medical, I'm still bewildered about the
flat feet.
Flat feet.
Yeah. Stay with us if you want to go from feet to phones and hear about the newest kid on Android Street.
That's right. Samsung has launched its latest pride and joy, the Samsung Galaxy S.
Find out more about the smartphone and its super MAO LED.
AMOLED, I think.